Kenya experienced an unprecedented attack on its democracy, rule of law, and the integrity of its constitutional institutions. An otherwise legitimate expression of the fundamental rights and freedoms of assembly, demonstration, picketing, and petitioning of public authorities by a section of law-abiding citizens of the Republic of Kenya was infiltrated and hijacked by a group of organized criminals.
Yesterday, we witnessed one of the largest protests to take place in the country, and not just in the country, but even in East Africa. Yesterday, history was made. We saw Kenyan youths, angry youths who are tired of the punitive leadership that has been going on in the country, storm into the parliament buildings. And at 9 p.m., the president addressed the nation in a press briefing. However, Kenyans are not exactly happy with what he said. And this is what I want us to look at. I just want us to go through some of the comments from all social media platforms of what Kenyans thought of this speech that was made by the president yesterday.
Today's events mark a critical turning point on how we respond to grave threats to our national security. I assure the nation that the government has mobilized all resources at the nation's disposal to ensure that a situation of this nature will not recur again.
That was definitely not a straight address. That's threatening Kenyans. He just came to justify what his crooks did. He doesn't give a damn, or he's in a dilemma. I expected the speech to be wanting ways to come up with a dialogue, but his speech was like addressing only his friends who are enjoying our taxes. 0 out of 10, he should just resign. Those are some of the comments from netizens, and we also had comments from notable personalities such as Miguna Miguna. Look at what Miguna Miguna said. Deal with Zakayo like a snake on Thursday. Zakayo has threatened Kenyans, called us criminals, and accused peaceful protesters of treason. The person who has committed treason is Ruto. He is the one implementing foreign IMF and World Bank policies and programs intended to pauperize Kenyans. More comments from netizens. How do you accuse 10 million young angry people of treason who Jama won't finish his term the way things are going? They keep making mistakes after mistakes. Now they're making the public aware that we can actually charge people for treason. They will be the first casualties. Wait for it. He mentioned treason on purpose. The charge for treason is death. He was boldly justifying today and anything else that could happen to any Kenyan henceforth. Bwana, the roads were full of love of our country. This country you are trying to sell. These comments are so many. If we could put them all in a video, the video would never end. And it just shows how Kenyans were dissatisfied with the president's speech yesterday. Many Kenyans noted how the president wasn't even remorseful about the young Kenyans who lost their lives yesterday. And many of us expected that he would at least mention a dialogue, but he didn't. All he spoke about was referring to young Kenyans who are basically demonstrating for their rights as criminals. It is no wonder that netizens and Kenyans in general are so angry.
Legitimate expression of the fundamental rights and freedoms of assembly, demonstration, picketing, and petitioning of public authorities by a section of law-abiding citizens of the Republic of Kenya was infiltrated and hijacked by a group of organized criminals. Most regrettably, today's attack on Kenya's constitutional